I'm quitting Neverness to Everness. Hey. Save the tears for later when I'm literally gonna be cracking Jane Doe in the back of this bed and her Tory. Don't ask me how I set that up, by the way. So guys, apparently we have a content creator named what's the name? Trueeevil, saying I'm quitting Neverness to Everness. So here's my thing, right? Already, right? Crazy dislike ratio. But again, look, dislike and like ratios don't matter. Again, I've had likes per graded, posts per graded. I've been posted on Twitter so many times I done lost count that I don't really take this serious. Because you can have a valid point and then the comments was like, not the comments, but the likes and dislike ratio is crazy. But this is actually insanity. Insanity. Thought this guy was trolling, right? Until I read some of the comments. I got to about maybe 3 minutes in. And mind you, this was like once I like woke up and, you know, Zonko had got quote unquote revealed, Drip Market, which I had people in my comments saying that she wasn't leaked, even though I was trolling. Obviously, she was not leaked. You idiots. Either way, right? Apparently this guy is the type of guy to play a gacha game, but then he quits it. So let's just see if this is true. All right. And mind you, I used to watch some of this guy, like actually like some of his videos, just FYI. All right, I'm looking. So here's a new gacha. Yeah, this guy, bro, I used to watch him, bro. I promise you I did. I don't know why it's not showing. Yeah, look, come on. I highly recommend NTE. Huh? Oh my brother, hold up. I'm not quitting. Oh wait, so he's not quitting? I'm quitting. Wait, what? Okay, so right here he said he's not quitting. Then he says he is quitting. Okay. I'm quitting Art Night. Okay, so yeah, I've watched this guy before. Addressing the allegations. Actually, I'm more interested in this video. What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Made a video saying I was quitting the game because I wasn't looking forward to a slot gacha game. Really play right now. It's not what I'm looking for. And
so you recommended to play, but it's not what you're looking for? Oh, what did the comment saying? Holy title choice, bro. I thought it was something way worse. Yeah, I did think it was. The real drama should have been not eating fast food. Let's just look at this NTE video and see if it's valid.
Let's start this video off with some positive energy. Now, let's move on to the negative energy. I am so done with Neverness to Everness, and honestly, I should have quit a few weeks ago, but
Relax. I'll handle this. So, mind you, bro, I used to watch this man's videos. I promise y'all, bro. I literally used to watch his videos. He was enjoying the game. Let's continue.
Somehow I convinced myself the game was worth sticking with for whatever reason, and I ended up playing.
Is it because the game is actually good? No. Is it because the game is actually pretty good? I mean, let's see how much content he did on it, right? The amount of content he did on NTE. Oh my, yeah. You telling me you didn't like this? Are you sure you didn't like it? Is it because he didn't? Wait, is it because of the porch car right here? Because it's got 23k views. Interesting, huh? Technically, he did the same with Star Savior, so it doesn't really add up. If anything, he might have been playing that longer. I don't know. I don't know.
Much more than I thought I would, but at this point, I can't keep pretending that Neverness to Everness is a good game, so I just...
Holy moly. Okay, hopefully he's gonna have some claims saying, you know, what's bad about it. He did play the game, so before anyone try to call him a LARPer like how it's easy, people be trying to call me a LARPer even though I'm actively in the game. Let's see what he has to say.
Had to make this video explaining why I am so done with. The first reason why I'm quitting Neverness to Everness is that, well, the combat is just way too easy.
Okay, for one, don't know what the flip. I don't know what's up with this quality. This is his quality. It's not mine. Y'all just saw I was on 1080p. Second off, what is... Okay, let me hear what he has to say first.
The first reason why I'm quitting Neverness to Everness is that, well, the combat is just way too easy.
The combat is too easy. Okay.
I could go on a giant rant about this, but the most important
I'm gonna need you to. You gotta break this down. You have to.
thing you need to know about combat is what makes combat in action games engaging and well.
Yo, what is up with this FP? Guys, I'm so sorry that you go through this if you have YouTube Premium.
Which I will show with this chart, which demonstrates how to get into a flow state. Basically, if the difficulty is way too high.
What am I looking at? So difficulty low. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this better. You're gonna have to. Because no, listen, I failed math and I failed English and I failed science and I just failed everything. I don't even know how I passed high school last year. I'm just be so for real.
Has a low skill ceiling, like being only platinum rank in League of Legends or diamond rank in Fortnite, then they will get a lot of anxiety and end up quitting, which is not what we want. On the flip side of that though, if the difficulty is way too low while the player is skilled, then that gamer is going to get bored. To achieve combat that is fun and engaging, that difficulty needs to be scaled in such a way so everyone can get into that peak gaming flow state. The unfortunate reality is that Neverness to Everness has the lowest difficulty I have ever seen from a game like this.
So we're gonna act like Genshin Flipping Impact doesn't exist. We're gonna act like pretty much. Come on, I don't know. I feel like that's a little crazy to say. I would even argue Honkai Star Rail system is worse than this. That's a whole turn-based game, which people don't like turn-based. Now, unironically, I do like turn-based. I mean, I play Flipping Persona, so I just find that a little crazy, but okay.
Which means no matter what, I'm pretty much always going to be bored with the combat. This is how I would rate the current big gacha games.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute, guys. Interesting. Okay, so this is where he rates the current combat of the gacha games. Let me just go and debunk this immediately. NTE, go and put this above Genshin. Go ahead and put Genshin like down here and put Honkai Star Rail right here. Okay, let's just go ahead and do that. Second, why are we trashing on NTE's combat when it's below? For one, you could interchange these, by the way. Like ZZ could be on top of Wuwa combat wise, or Wuwa can be on. It really just depends on the day. Am I leaning more towards Wuwa because the animations are actually good? Yeah, probably. Genshin Flipping Impact, put this below Honkai Star Rail. I don't know why we're acting like Genshin Impact system is not boring. This guy, you might not play the game, bro. You might not play the game. You might not, because if you're saying that this combat system is bad or it has no like, the people that trash on NTE combat is beyond me. But putting it below Genshin is beyond me when we have way more mechanics, we have to put more thought into teams. Like, I'm not understanding. Plus, okay.
In terms of difficulty, and the problem with having the combat being boring is that it just feels like a chore doing the new 1.2 quest. I wasn't getting damaged, I was just unengaged watching videos of cats on Instagram while doing the mini boss fights. And it was just uninspiring, unappealing, and just, well, plain undercooked. It literally
undercooked. Again, you're judging gacha games that are on their 3.0 patches. I thought we left this in the launch of NTE, to be quite frankly honest with you.
really felt like I was playing Dynasty Warriors with the difficulty set to...
Bro, this FES is like frying me. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a Gen Zer. Like, please.
Very easy. The problem with this is that I would still make guides on easy content, but in reality, when content is this easy, nobody is interested in watching a guide on things like this.
No, that's just falsely incorrect information. If we pull up, what's his name? Okay, listen, if that was the case, this guy wouldn't be almost hitting 100K in a day looking up how to play Shinku. If this was the case, we wouldn't have like over 10K. Like that wouldn't even be possible if that was the case. People are looking at how to play this, like the combat. So, but again, all right, let's finish it out.
I really felt this when I covered GFL 2, and I'm sad to say it's the same feeling here with Beyond the Rails just being way too easy for an...
Again, we are on the 1.2 of this game. 1.2. Mind you, he was talking about the combat in 1.2. I don't know if he was talking about the D&D game mode, but does he not realize that you have to level up to gain more attack points and all of that? Like it's an RPG game mode. Either way.
Game combat mode. So all in all, the combat needs more difficulty, and the unfortunate reality is I don't see this improving for quite a while.
Okay, even if this was the case, right? Blade of Combat was bad, right? That's not a reason that everyone wants to play NTE. People can play NTE for the exploration, the freaking the waifus, the story, the city, the whole city tycoon hobby stuff, the driving. I mean, the bond mechanic, which none of these other AAA gacha games have. Like, how are you gonna prioritize off my loneliness? Loneliness? Can I say it? How are you gonna prioritize off my loneliness? Like, clap for me in the comments for that, and not like let me like at least invite them to the crib, invite them to the back room. Invite them into some places that I'm not going to name so I don't get my YouTube channel nuked.
Next on this list, we have to talk about the in-game loop, which ultimately is spending about 30 seconds to a minute every day, using your stamina on upgrade materials for your characters, and then the true playing portion of the in-game, which is going to be the majority of time you play the game besides updates, is going to be Pink Paul's Heist and City Stamina use. Pink Paul's...
Fair. This is fair. Let me hear him out.
Heist, in my personal opinion, is one of the worst in-game modes I've ever seen in a game like this. It is pretty much the same path every time with the same enemies, and it gets old super quick because it's not like what I want in a roguelike mode where it's just like different enemies every time, different bosses. What is different every time is that, well, the items on the floor are different, which means some runs you can be doing the path that you deemed optimal, but it's going to be giving you way less fawns than do.
Okay, this is valid. My only thing against this is, again, this is a 1.2 version, and I mean, I can't even like, this is valid though, because again, this guy is not like a Kuro bot or nothing like that. He's not a Kuro bot or a Hoyo Shell, at least I don't think. Let me see his most popular videos. What the flip? Maybe I don't even know. This guy quits all his gacha games though, bro. I am so confused, but either way, it's still too early for us to really tell on this 1.2. That is a valid criticism though. The fact that the rewards are not the same, but again, the counteract is though, you don't even have to do ping pong heist. Now again, if you're really trying to get the most fun, like ping pong heist is the thing to go. But again, NTE is so diverse, has so many hobbies, you don't even have to touch ping pong heist if you don't want to. That's the thing. So you have to come with a little bit something stronger to quit NTE over. But again, let's hear him out.
Doing the same run on the next one, which ultimately just means that you're going to be doing this more than you would like. And it's just like, it's not fun. It's super underwhelming. This game mode needs more updates. It needs more mini bosses. It just needs more randomness. But what it is just running the same optimal route every time and hoping that the loot super underwhelming. And the longer the game is out, the more people will feel this way because you can't skip on those fonts. This is something that is going to be mandatory for.
Again, yeah, you can't skip on them, but honestly, you actually kind of can skip on them. No. Let's just be clear. Obviously, are you gonna get the great skin for the MC? No. Are you gonna get the porch skin? No. Are you gonna get any of the new cars for the game mode? No. Are you gonna get the new Draco bike? No. That being said, though, let's not act like you don't really have to. Now, I would encourage you to like at least get into the system, at least get an apartment so you can, you know, get the perks of that. But we like you don't have to play this game mode to get that. You can play another game mode. Like you can play racing, you can play all these other games, all these other hobbies that get you funds. You don't have to do just pink pies, you know. But
everyone to do. And even though when you're really
but okay, these are like nitpicks to me. This is not enough for me to quit the game, especially NTE, because like I said, NTE has too much stuff for you to do. It's too many things that you can like. Again, if you don't like peak ball highs, you don't have to touch it. That's the thing. So let's hear them out.
Grinding, you can burn this out in about 40 minutes. You know, sometimes you're unlucky and this takes over an hour. And even though it's only an hour every 2 weeks,
ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. If you think I'm about to spend over an hour in pink flipping paw heist, brother, mind you, I am a dolphin, so it does apply differently to me. So I am gonna be a little bit nuanced, but at the same time, I'm not spending a flipping hour in pink flipping paw heist. Like what I look like? What I look like doing that? Like what I know?
And it's just gonna make you burnt out. I already have a lot of friends who are still playing this game who don't even do this, and they're totally fine just spending money on fonts so they don't have to do this, which is crazy in my opinion.
Crazy? Not really. It's the way you play. Listen, if you're a dolphin, like I said, I'm a dolphin. I don't see no point in doing that because I could literally just buy fonts every week, literally. But at the same time, I'm going to be nuanced here and say, yes, there is some problems. But again, this is on the 1.2 version again. And then again, you don't have to play this version. Again, you can play the different hobbies in this, like the city. Yeah, I don't know.
Other in-game is using your city stamina, and honestly, I only do PvP racing since it's the best way to burn the stamina because you are burning 40 of it.
Apparently, you can't burn more by having Lacrimosa, which you do have. And what's her name? I think Lacrimosa or Daffodil, or either Nonly or Daffodil, and then you can get that done in like pretty quickly. All the city stamina. But let's see what they have to say.
For a little bit less than 2 minutes every race if you're winning. And the problems with the racing is, well, if you don't have the Porsche from the collab, you are completely cooked because
irrelevant.
Race is
irrelevant. Listen, this is a PvP mode. I could go into Dragon Ball Legends, which has a PvP game mode, and go up against somebody that has max units. Is that going to be considered like? Am I going to be crying then? That's just PvP. Like again, are you willing to spend? Like, are you going to pull that wallet out? Which looks like you did because you do have the Porsche card. So but again, this seems like more of a preference type of thing, but let's hear about
Porsches once you get a little bit ranked up. And sometimes the lag makes it impossible to race when it's really...
Speaking of lag, can we talk about this? Like, can we address the elephant in the room? What is up with this quality? All right.
But ultimately, I didn't think the majority of my playtime in NTE would be car races. If I wanted to do that, I just played like Mario Kart World. There are...
Again, with this... Again, this will be valid in any other gacha game until you realize, wait, NTE has so many other modes where I don't even have to interact with the racing system. I know it's like they don't realize that there's so many other hobbies you can do in the game. Delivery, the freaking Monjon tile game. What's it called? Fight Club, which apparently he didn't like. Who knows? I think the new hide and seek game mode. I don't know if that's going to be Cindy Stamina. I don't know. Fishing, people have a problem with that. What else? The whole instrument game mode type of thing. You have that. Again, all of this stuff like that you don't even have to interact with, which let me just point that out. But okay.
Of course, other ways to burn your city stamina besides the Porsche races, but you know, like for example, the last 2 weeks we had the fighting championship event, which I used a lot of my city stamina on to get all of the rewards for that game mode, which had people AFKing so they could get their rewards, and it just makes me, as someone who is actively playing the game, not having fun, because some of the matches, all 3 of the other players were AFK, and I'm just sitting there just spamming attack, trying to get it over with, and this is just like not fun for me. I would have been really excited if there were things that felt like Mario Kart.
Very fair. This is fair. The reason why I'm saying, because apparently I didn't play it again, but this is the beauty of NT Flippin' E. I did not play the Flippin' Fight Club mode. I don't even know if it's still in the events. I didn't play that. You don't have to play it. You don't have to play it. You know, that's the crazy thing. You don't. Again, you do not have to play it. Now, again, they do need to fix this, because if that is the case where people can just be AFK and, you know, you don't get the rewards, and of course, that being said, though, you don't have to play it. But this is a little bit more valid,
Like mini games added are like Fall Guys. I really did enjoy playing Fall Guys a lot, and I was hoping that these kind of mini games would be that, but instead they're just pretty undercooked, and I just don't understand why I would do this over, say, playing Fall Guys. So combat is boring, in-game Fawn's grind is boring.
Okay, so combat is boring. Subjective, honestly. This is below ZZZ and Wuthering Waves, which in my opinion are both good combats. I don't know why people are hating on NTE's combat. It's simple, and these gacha games don't need to have no crazy like Wuthering Waves type, you know, ZZZ type things, because it takes a minute to learn those. ZZZ is a little bit easier. Wuthering Waves, whole flipping moly. Mind you guys, I'm a guy that failed English and failed math.
What else is in the game? Well, the story this time around, it was just too much for me. Fuzzy sheep made out of cotton candy, bro. I am too old for that. If you're going to...
One can say you're too old to be playing a gacha game where you can summon from women with triple B's on their chest. But listen. You didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me. But let's hear it out.
Tell a tabletop gaming story. I wanted to be inspired by...
Mind you, this is filler. This is a filler patch. Filler story patch, by the way. But again, let's hear it out.
Tabletop game. I want to feel like I am in the Curse of Strahd, the wild beyond the Witchlight, you know, a real story that feels like it's a D&D module. Instead, I got combat where the enemies don't attack back and get stuck outside the battle area.
Buddy, this is a story. All right. From when I haven't even finished all of the story, I played a little bit, half of it. I'm almost done with it. Let's just hear this out. I'm interested to see if he's going to talk about 1.0 story, 1.1 story, which was both very good, which I'm confused on why they switched. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Say the areas aren't beautiful. The game is a visual masterpiece, but ultimately I play games for, well, gameplay and great storytelling, and that is why I've been playing Deltarune lately, which is a true masterpiece.
I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be so honest. Is that a gacha game? If so, then
I just started chapter 3, and that game has truly revitalized my love for games. Lastly, I'm going to talk about being a YouTuber and how that is another reason why I'm quitting NTE. Sometimes I play games longer than I should because I want my channel to keep growing, plus there's just not a new game to cover yet. And this is what made me play Girls Frontline 2 longer than I should have. I'm at the same crossroads with Neverness to Everness. I only played this game for the past couple of weeks because I'm scared to not have another game to cover on the channel, but I think it's better to go on break than force myself to make videos for a game that is boring. Luckily though, there are a bunch of games I'm in.
So to combat this, that's on you, buddy. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry to say, but listen, right? I used to be a ZZ creator until I realized, wait, ZZ is kind of garbaggio season 2. So I left that and played other games. You just gotta adapt, buddy. Like, I don't really know. This is like, I mean, this is just creator talk though. This has nothing to do with NT Flippin' E. And it's kind of crazy you say that when NTE has the most content out of the gacha games, in my opinion. Unless you're a new gacha game or a new unless you're a new player playing or streaming the gacha game, you're doing the story and that's it. NTE has the story, the D&D game mode, the flipping hobbies, the flipping fawn grimes, the end game. It has too much stuff to where you can have too much content on it. I'm gonna just be so for real. But again, that's him. That's basically, this has nothing to do with NT. But okay.
Interested in covering coming up soon, like Honkai Nexus Anima, Cookie Run Crumble, Chasing Collider Rider.
Bro, Cookie Crumb. Okay, hold on, wait, what?
Covering coming up soon, like Honkai Nexus Anima.
I heard that was like wasn't that the Pokemon type of game? I should have covered that, but I don't know that. I'm not gonna say nothing. sounding too mean. I ain't gonna say that.
Chasing Collider Rider, and the list just goes on and on. I'm so excited for the future of anime mobile gaming, and I'm so fortunate to have so many subscribers who support me as we see how truly peak this genre truly is. And more importantly, I'm fortunate to have supporters who understand I will most likely quit that next anime mobile game when I'm bored of it for the next shiny anime mobile game.
Okay, well, this is a little bit base. You know, this is kind of base. Okay.
Also, I'm just sick of NTE having quality of life and characters locked behind dupes. That really sucks. It feels like every character has had that. So
No. This argument is valid for Shinku. You guys just might not know how to play her, which low-key, the tier list thing, absolute insanity. But let's just hear this out.
having quality of life and characters locked behind dupes. That really sucks. It feels like every character has had that. So yeah, see you guys on the next game, which is probably going to be Cookie Run Crumble. Let me know in the comments if you're...
I do not know how the quality... Again, I don't know how the quality somehow got worse, but basically he's saying he's going to be playing Cookie King Rumble. Now, listen, is this really a valid reason to quit? I mean, let's look at what the comments are saying. I mean, what are the comments saying? Haven't watched the video, but I don't believe the title for a second. This guy's going to start playing a new game. So it looks like this guy plays a new game. He gasses it up. Like, I'm looking at what I'm seeing. He will play a new game. Look at this. All right, same thing happened with this game. Fastest reroll god, yada yada yada. He played this, Star Savior, which I didn't even know about this game. That's how garbage it was. Either way. He does all this, right? Then he goes, I quit. Yeah, this right here. Now, what is the comment saying on this video? Yeah, again, here we go again. Every new game you play, you quitted. This guy required to spend 500 for a cheap gacha game. Bro is speed running, quitting gacha game. So again, I don't know if this is like rage bait, but I mean, let's just like actually talk about it, right? Again, were some of these like okay, listen, were some of these valid? Some of them, right? But again, I feel like some of these are just like objective, like he doesn't like it, so he's gonna take the whole game down with him. Some of these are valid, but some of these things are not enough for me to quit a gacha game. Again, you keep talking about pink paw heist, not knowing that you don't have to touch pink paw heist if you don't want to. Now again, that's probably contrary to beliefs. Like, he probably doesn't, like, why would I not, like, with the fact that they have this and I don't want to engage with it is probably bad. Okay, that's valid, right? Is that enough to quit the game when you have other side hobbies you could be doing? That's my thing. Okay, he says the comment is bad, factually just falsely incorrect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call this out because I actually play and I know the combat. The fact that you put NTE below Genshin Flipping Impact is where I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Gotta call this one out, buddy. No disrespect, no disrespect, no disrespect. Third thing, right? This whole thing about the city stamina. Again, you don't have to play racing. You don't have to play racing, and you're talking and complaining about this is just gacha game PvP. This is a PvP in any game. Now, could they balance it? Yes. Until they balance it, though, you don't have to touch it. You can just do anything else, any of the other hobbies, like the cafe and all that. So again, not really valid on that one. I'm not gonna say it's not valid. It's just, again, stuff that you just don't like, it seems like. And then he was talking about the story. Now this is mainly talking about 1.2 story. If you like 1.0, 1.1 and 1.2 story, when it pretty much advertises as being a filler patch, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, what you was expecting. Again, I'll have to play the game, the actual story mode, to see if it's valid. He didn't talk about 1.0 story. He didn't talk about 1.1 story. So I don't know, and I can't really critique this. So, but again, this seems like more of a subjective thing because he was talking about some crazy.
It's just like not fun for me. I would have been really excited if there were things that felt like Mario Party, like mini games added, or like
Mario Party. For one, you're coming to NTE for Mario Party. If you want Mario Party, go to Mario Party. At the end of the day, this is a gacha game. A gacha game that has way more stuff to provide than Wuthering Waves, ZZZ, and I love those games, by the way. Well, ZZZ is like, I don't know, but I love those games. But you hop in and hop out. NTE is way more stuff you can do. I'm sorry, but it's just more stuff you can do. If you're coming to NTE, again, that's like saying you're coming to NTE for, like, this argument makes no sense. Do you go to Yakuza for the mini games, or do you go to Yakuza for the story, for the combat? There's so many things you can go to a game for, so this is not really valid to me. It's not. Like, it's not.
Like Fall Guys. I this over, say, playing Fall Guys. So,
and again, you're saying Fall Guys. Would you say the same thing for the ZZZ game mode with the bamboo? Would you say that? That's not Fall Guys. Did you like that? I would like to hear his opinion on that. Again, no disrespect. I just want to hear your opinion.
I want to feel like I am in the Curse of Strahd. I am too old for that. If you're going to tell a tabletop gaming story, I want it to be inspired by, well, tabletop game. I want to feel like I am in the Curse of Strahd, the wild beyond the Witchlight, you know, a real story that feels like it's a D&D module.
Again, Baldur's Gate 3 is for that reason, buddy. That's the game for you. That is the game for you. Play Baldur's Gate 3. Again, this is a filler patch as well. Filler patch story. And he didn't bring up 1.0 or 1.1, so I feel like he thinks those are good. And he's just getting on this even though it's called filler. But again, and then he talking about something. I'm too grown for that, brother. Do you know what you're playing? Do you know what we are playing? Either way, this one seemed that I got a lot of people more mad than his other quit videos. So I don't know. Do I think it was valid? I feel like it was a little bit unfair. Most of just like stuff is like you saying that it's like you just don't like it. Which if that is the case, then you just don't like it, bro. Simple. You don't like it, and that's completely fine. That's completely fine. Just don't be bringing down the game. See, these are valid criticisms, but is it enough for you to quit the game? You know, and then plus when people be saying I quit X videos, right? I'm not gonna say it's performative, because at the end of the day, if you're a content creator, I'll be posting that video too. I'll be doing the same thing, but you gotta have a little bit. So you gotta come with something valid. Like I feel like the criticism is not enough. This criticism not even worth Quitting NTE. This is a new gacha game, free to play friendly gacha game. Again, I don't like how. And then here's another thing I don't know if I should be taken serious. The beginning of the video, he's talking about some. There's not much stuff that I like about NTE, right? Hold up.
This video off with some positive energy. Now let's move on to the negative energy.
Okay, again, see, this is where I'm like, am I supposed to take this seriously? Is this rage bait? Because the fact that you're saying that this game that's the only good thing you have to say about this game when it's the most free to play friendly gacha. Devs listen. Devs are very compensative to free to play players. If you're a dolphin, you're eating good over here. This game has no 50 flipping 50. No one talked about how this game has no 50-50, and people want to bring down this game is not making sense to me. It's not, but is this valid? Do what you want to do with that. I don't think it's really valid. But I mean, I guess we'll see you in NTE 2, brother. We'll see you. Hey, we'll see you in NTE 2. We'll see you in NTE 2.